Hello, it's Pickle. I wanted to do a different video today. Something that I wanted to talk about quite early in my uh, VTubing career. I thought I'd do a short video on why I've chosen to do the majority of my streams without a camera or as a VTuber. I see a lot of comments on social media about people negative thoughts around VTubers and why someone would want to watch an avatar over what people are calling flesh tubers and calling YouTubers cringe and annoying. And there seems to be this prejudice against them without even getting to know the streamer's personality or sticking around long enough to appreciate their content. Not all VTubers are weebs. Massive anime manga fans are obsessed with Japanese culture. I, being one of them, never watched anime in my life. So asking me what my favorite anime is, I'm not going to be able to answer that. It's the same with people who stream in the flesh. You get people with personalities who might annoy you, or you find boring, too loud, or crass, or you don't like their voice or content. It's exactly the same thing that might turn you off on like a normal flesh tuber. Now, the one drawback I can only think of is when they are reacting to a game or video you don't like. You don't get the full range of emotions in a VTuber as you would with a person on camera. Now, the technology is getting much better, and for me, I have a free model which I design myself here, which doesn't give me much range. However, I hope to do well on Twitch this year and YouTube and be able to eventually employ someone who can design a model which works much better. But I'll get on with the issue with the designers in a sec. Now, I've got a list of reasons that I think that someone would want to VTube over being a flesh tuber, and this is something which is personal to everybody, and I don't think that many people who don't like or claim to not like watching VTubers have maybe considered in the past. Now, the first category I've got comes under privacy. Now, I understand this just within a few months of claiming to be a streamer and starting to use a streamer hashtag on places like Instagram. You are inundated with people wanting to help you with the brand, model design, extensions, overlays, and the vast majority that I look at and I take the time to say hi. I look on their profile to see what kind of work they do. And then in looking at so many, I start to see a trend that it's the exact same designs. They don't look different from one another. And they look like designs that I've come across that you can make for free yourselves on a website. Their chat is all very similar when they send you messages. And after a couple of messages, they start to get pushy and chase you and have sales-like speech. I can get your follower count up. I can get your view count up, etc. I can design anything you want, let me know, I'll do it now. And it starts to get, you don't get given enough time to think about what you want, and they don't give you the time to get to know you, what your personality is, ask you what your art design preferences. They may not be a style that you're into. They don't even guide you to places where you can look more of their artwork. They don't have websites. And looking into this further, I found there's a ring of scam artists who are ripping off other people's artwork and claiming it to be theirs. Like I say, there's no real website, no real recommendations, and the ones that they claim are recommendations, people's names have been scrubbed out. And now, if they were real, people would allow their name to be used. I've been approached by companies in the past, and they've used my name or my likeness along with a comment to show that I am a real customer. Now, if I'm going to choose an artist, I will be looking for someone with, the website, the real recommendation, someone who is genuinely interested in me as a creator and wants to work with me because they're a fan. So we can support each other as artists. I had one saying that they were going to follow me on Twitch and who seemed interested. That never materialized. They didn't message and they didn't do anything, and I realized it was just a part of their sales patter. So I've given up responding to them. And also, people don't want to accidentally dox themselves. I think this is a big one for VTubers. I know a few have had scares in the past with small amounts of personal info being handed out maybe by accident, unwittingly, and that has resulted in a lot of stress and anxiety from being outed and wondering if followers will find where they live or be stalked. And this is a really big fear for a lot of people. I know it's happened to Sweet Anita on Twitch. She's had a couple of stalkers, and I believe one resulting in getting the police involved, which is absolutely frightening. And other people are being stream sniped while carrying out the IRL streams, and people are waiting for them to stop the streams and finding where they are and following them home. Some of these maybe people who are harmless and they just want to say hi, but it does cause a lot of stress, and I don't think they realize what this is doing, especially to some female streamers that are concerned. It's worse for them than the male. It's a lot more frightening for them. As you can guess, it is a very male-dominated audience when it comes to gaming, especially. But you feel like you always have to have your guard up. It's hard enough to hide away from people trying to steal your bank details, your identity in the world, but it's easy to track someone down from photos on Google and bring up similar linked photos with your name. I've had people in my family who've gone innocently on Ancestry.com and filled in, with great information, family trees to get everyone on their names and birthdays, and I've easily found them with a Google search and seen the whole tree there up on the Google results. And it's really concerning. If someone wanted to take over my details, they've got my mother's maiden name and all the birth dates, and that's why I don't use them as security answers. Now, I also act in theatre and in films, which is a main aspect of my career I've worked on the last 10 years, and I'm not sure the impact of being a streamer will be on my acting career just yet. This is different to the way things work in America and the way people look at acting CVs over here in England. It's quite elitist, you'd say. It's kind of frowned upon if you didn't go to one of the top 10 drama schools and you did extra work and you worked on adverts or low paid non-paid roles. In America, it's mostly expected you go from doing an advert, a walk-on background work to get the money in. You work your way up through daytime TV, low-budget movies, high-budget movies. But in England, it's not quite like this. So I'm wary on the Acting Institute attitudes towards this line of performing, as you can call it, because it is a performance at the end of the day in some respect, and entertaining an audience. Now, the next theme, you would call it, is along the lines of freedom of expression and nerves. As an actress, I am used to entertaining behind a character, behind a script. I'm never myself in front of a camera or on a stage. I'm a different person, and I feel like I can come out of my shell a bit more. I feel like it gives me the freedom to express my personality without wondering if people may like me or may find my humor too much. I'm not good at talking in a social setting. You'll find that there's a lot of actors or performers who are introverted in certain settings, and I absolutely hate networking events. I don't know how to approach someone that I don't know and insert myself into a conversation and hold their interest. I've not that much confidence in myself in this way. It takes a lot of me to get my nerves together to do this, and I've been practicing at events that make me feel sick to my stomach contemplating going, but I have to push through the nausea and just force myself to go. And I try, but my mind will tell me, oh, don't bother, they won't be interested in you. They're more interested in someone else's conversation. Or I'll just say hi, I'll leave it at that, and I won't talk too much, and I'll just walk away, which is what I end up doing, or my nerves will take over, and I end up over-talking and oversharing and probably just annoying people, and not knowing when to stop. But having a character, it just opens the door initially for me, and I hope further down the line that I'll be able to come out from the pickle character and come on more as the puppet master character, as Pickle talked about in my intro video. If you haven't seen that, it's on my main page on YouTube. So I have a little bit of lore behind the character that is on the videos. Now, the last sort of themes I've got is about people not being able to be on camera because of technical difficulties or physical difficulties. For me, I don't have a typical setup where I'm at a desk with good lighting to be able to use a camera. I'm in a lounge with bits all over the place. I've tried to use a few cameras, but I've nowhere good to place them so you can see my face nice and clear or close enough to fill a camera. Maybe one day when I get more used to streaming and get more money to invest to be able to have better lighting, camera setup, that's in the future for me. I'd love to be able to do that. For the moment, I can only have a few items on my laptop that it can cope with. That doesn't need a high-spec PC. My laptop works okay for streaming PS5 games and the VTuber app, which already push it quite hard. So a PC is another hurdle for me to come across when I can get one and have the space to have a PC setup as well, because, that takes up a load and I need to get myself organized. Now, regarding the other aspect for difficulties and physical difficulties, I know not everyone can be available for a camera setup because their physicality prevents this. I hope I can mention you, Iron Mouse, as a VTuber who inspires me and I have a lot of respect for. I understand has been contained to a bed for maybe 3 years due to health issues, which will continue to be an issue for her, possibly for the rest of her life, and prevent her from doing a lot of things that we take for granted, and has taken the decision not to show her current condition on camera, which I respect. And I know she does get very self-conscious about the fact that she's used an oxygen tank in the past and gets muscular atrophy, which makes it hard for her to play certain games. Others will feel very self-conscious with their physicality, and they don't feel that they maybe belong on a camera. They don't want to put it on camera because it's too personal for them to share, and they don't want to keep answering questions about it. At the end of the day, you just want to entertain people. You want to be a light-hearted place for people to go to de-stress and have fun at the end of the day. And there are certain people that just don't want to have those conversations all the time getting in the way. Another aspect of not wanting to show how you look is also driven by people who don't want to receive any prejudice because of the way they look or their age. I know you have to get a thick skin when it comes to some people's comments online. A lot of people don't have filters or take people's feelings into consideration when commenting. Some people can fixate on the way someone looks and become, for example, overly sexual in advances in comments for female streamers, sexist or ageist comments. Now, we all judge people based on the way they look. It's all we have to go off, on first glance at someone, and we will all make assumptions about people. However, I like how only seeing an avatar can break those boundaries for us, and we only have personality and the content to go off when choosing who to follow. And for this, that's why I like VTubers. It can level the playing field. There will be no prejudice against you for being too young, too old. If you're a viewer with the same interests and you both love to fangirl over the same things in chat, then there is nothing stopping you from liking them. I also like that on Twitch that many chat rooms don't allow age talk, and so that everyone is treated equally and you're all a part of that community, and everyone feels like they can speak freely and express what they like or dislike, what they find fun or entertaining on the stream, and just get involved and have fun together. Now, everyone's got different personalities. In conclusion, there are people that you're going to like on YouTube or not like on Twitch. Some people are into the louder, more in-your-face people like Iron Mouse or Jacksepticeye. I like the more calmer creators as well as them, Nyanas and Merryweather. So they appeal to both sides of my personality. Just depends on the mood that I'm in that day. I'm the same with my music. If you look on my Twitch page, I'll have a recommended song of the stream, which mostly is rock and heavy metal, but I also love listening to stuff that's so chill it will put you in a coma. You wouldn't expect me to also listen to that music as well. So two very different aspects of my personality, and I feel like I'm like that meme of death riding the pony when you feel so heavy metal, yet you feel so ooh on the side. So everyone's different. Everyone's got different sides of their personality. But I'm really interested to know people's opinion of VTubers, and if watching me discussing these reasons, you'll be more prepared to watch and follow VTubers in the future. What puts you off them? What would change your opinion? If you are a VTuber yourself and you have a few more notes to add that I've maybe left off, please leave your comments in the video as well. I think it's a good discussion to have. Please give the video a like if you found it interesting, and if you want to give a VTuber a chance, then give me a follow on Twitch, or if you don't have Twitch, on YouTube. I upload the majority of VODs here a few days after the live stream. I'll also put a few funny, shorter edited videos on TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well, if you're more into the shorter format. But until then, I hope to see you in the chat. Goodbye.